57 kilograms. In the blue, Spencer Lee. In the red, red, green, and white singlet, Muhammad Bilal. He represents Pakistan. Spencer Lee attempting to qualify for the Olympic trials. He must be the highest USA finisher in the top 4 here. And Bilal looking for a reattack. Spencer trying to come behind on the go behind, and he does. Head inside leg lace for Spencer Lee. 1, 2, 3. And 2 red offered, but Spencer Lee locks up the traditional leg lace, and I believe finishes it with either a 10-0 or 12-2 tech fall. I did not see if the 2 was confirmed, but Spencer Lee just like that, right back in the saddle, and moves on to the quarterfinals. Quarterfinal action underway. We're starting off here on mat 1. Spencer Lee in the blue versus Devin Turner in the red. Already hands to the face warning. Blast double for Turner, but throw by for Lee. Beautiful counter by Spencer Lee right into this leg lace. He used this to complete his first match in just 41 seconds. He might need even less time here in the quarterfinals, just like that. Spencer Lee, 25 seconds in the quarterfinals, 10-0. My goodness, he looks good. We got a challenge, but I don't even know what could be getting challenged. They want 4 red off the double for Turner. Didn't look like to me Lee landed in danger. He was able to counter and flip over. If he were to have landed on his back past 90 degrees, it likely would be 4 blue for Turner, 1 Lee. Then the issue would be Spencer still could have probably terminated the match with that leg lace, and they would have to start back neutral. But I don't think this one's going to be overturned. A big one coming up for Spencer Lee in the semifinals. We'll get the winner of Luke Lilledahl, Killian Delaney. That one happening right now over on mat 2. Those two are just now shaking hands. And then we will have a break in action, and the finals will start at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure to set your alarm clocks to that. You're not going to want to miss it. Finals and placing matches. Well, I guess there's only one placing match, but there will be several rounds of repechage and the third place matches happening as well at that time. But semis we will roll right into after these quarterfinals. And with 3 mats, it won't take too long for those to happen. So likely be a several-hour break and then finals at 5. You can find brackets in Flow Arena. Also match archives.
The decision is taken out by blue, red attack, but counter attack by blue, and after both times 2 points blue, challenge lost.
So the call on the mat is confirmed. Challenge lost. Spencer Lee will technically win this one 11-0 in just 25 seconds.
All right, welcome folks. The Bill Farrell Memorial from the New York Athletic Club in Midtown Manhattan. That's Spencer Lee. His Olympic run for Paris has begun. That's Luke Lilledahl. He's just a high schooler, Penn State bound. Attends Wyoming Sem Prep School in Eastern PA. Spencer originally from PA. He's been wrestling in Iowa City ever since getting to college 6-7 years ago now. I do the math. Front headlock, short offense for Spencer. looking for an opening. And who goes out? They're saying 1. So Spencer picked Lilledahl up out of bounds. Lilledahl was trying to stay grounded. They didn't call the step out for Spencer, and then Lilledahl readjusted. And then Lee was out of bounds and Lilledahl was in bounds, but that was well after Lilledahl was already stepped out of bounds. So the chairperson calls a conference between the table judge and the referee to kind of straighten everything out. And yeah, Lee gets the point. That was the right call. So just a little slow to call the step out for Spencer, and then whistle got a little confused. We're back to action. Spencer hasn't spent a lot of time on the mat so far. He's got a couple of first period tech falls. And really first minute tech falls. Spencer goes in. Lilledahl, though, just a high schooler, but he's been wrestling high-level competition. He's wrestled college guys at Folk. Oh, nice high C from Spencer. Doubles off. Hasn't gotten it yet. There's the 2. 3-0 lead trap arm, and this is trouble. Another turn to the right. That's 2 turns just like that. Takedown, turn and turn, another gut. Makes it 9-0 all the way over, and Luke Lilledahl, a U17 gold medalist, I believe. He's got a lot of age level medalists, but Spencer Lee is on a mission for Olympic gold, and he's one step closer. He's on to the finals of the Bill Farrell. You win this tournament and you qualify for the Olympics. 57 kilos, just 6 matches. I'm Andrew Spade, JD Rader here, and we're starting off with a good one.
Ooh, doggy, let's go. Spencer Lee in the red and white. Nico Megaludis in the black and blue. Spencer taking a little poke to the eye here in the first couple seconds. The key for Megaludis here, do not get stuck in the leg lace. Spencer has been excellent with the leg lace here today. He's used it to pick up multiple quick tech falls. He's gone head in the middle leg lace and your traditional around the ankles leg lace as well.
Yeah, Nico wants to keep this in neutral. He's got some scrambles. He's got some crazy flexibility. Spencer wants to get this one on the mat and get on top and parterre as Nico drops down on a single. You got to watch that knee. It's out of position. And they'll go back to neutral. No scores after about 40 seconds.
Yeah, a big noise from the crowd there. Lee with a famous history of knee health issues, picking up the takedown. But Spencer Lee looking very healthy here today. No big brace on the knees. And now Nico, have to watch the left knee of Megaludis. Here's that lace I was talking about. Head in the middle, but he's going to pop his head out. So now it's traditional leg lace.
Loading up again. Can he get the turn? This is...
Oh, my goodness. How did Nico not go over there?
Now that sequence right there, that when Spencer reloaded, that was extremely important to hold the damage to 2 points for Nico. This is still anybody's match. Spencer's been known to put him away. I think he's been on the mat, I don't know, four minutes total, less.
Yeah, and the leg lace can be like a dam. Once it breaks, you can rattle off a couple, but that first one is oftentimes the hard one to get.
And then you're like, damn, it broke. That broke. You know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, it's broken, and now the scores go up. Halfway through the first, this is a great representation of Pennsylvania wrestling, too. Two of the best Pennsylvania lightweights ever to come out of the Keystone State.
Same high school even.
Same high school, crazily. Now Nico on a shot.
And Spencer pulling Megaludis up into seatbelt. Megaludis hopping over that leg, but as long as Lee has that whizzer in, it will be no takedown. And Lee able to hold on to the whizzer, so we're going to get a stalemate. With about a minute to go here in the first.
Yeah, really nice defense from Lee on that sequence. Megaludis was deep in on that single leg. And as you mentioned, JD, Franklin Regional, the high school in Pennsylvania. Both these guys also trained at the same club, Young Guns.
And shout out Coach Jody Strittmatter.
They went different directions in college. Penn State for Megaludis, Iowa for Spencer, although if you're listening to this, you probably knew that. Each only with one loss in high school as well. 3-time PIAA champs, both of them. Shout out to PA Power Wrestling for that factoid I read on Twitter.
Shout out. Megaludis, a lot of motion here, but slows down as soon as Spencer gets his hands on Megaludis, gets into the ties. That does it for the first. The takedown early for Spencer Lee, the only points on the board.
So Dan Dennis and Royce Alger, no surprise, Hawkeye Wrestling Club in the corner for Spencer. But we got Jay Jaggers and Logan Stieber in the corner for Nico, who's got the Pittsburgh Wrestling Club singlet on. They're all Titan Mercury, I believe. Actually, all four of the corner men are Titan Mercury, as are the wrestlers. So maybe they're just pitching in, or maybe Nico's training more with Ohio State. Not sure. Got to find out.
Nice collar pass by Nico, but Lee gonna counter, underhook throw by, now looking for the takedown, and he's gonna get it. Lee's got a really good gut wrench. That's what he's looking for here. He's got it locked up high right now.
That was some power, some strength from Spencer Lee, thrown in the half to corral Megaludis as we get a lost piece of tape thrown our way.
Yeah, Spencer's so good with that underhook throw by counter. It's not gonna happen here though, as Nico's able to get to his leg. Good hip pressure from Spencer. He's gonna have to try and push back and break that lock if he wants to score from here. Nico's gonna try and pull himself in.
And you'll see things are starting to get tense now. Megaludis very much still in this, but time ticking away, 2 minutes to go, and this is for, oh, beautiful ankle pick from space.
Getting in is only about a quarter of the battle against Spencer Lee, though. This is just when the fight starts. Again, Spencer potentially going with this rubber knee defense. And now Spencer reaching over, locking in the crotch. Megaludis trying to stay low to avoid the crotch lock. As long as Megaludis is still locked on this knee, Spencer's going to have trouble scoring this takedown. So he's holding on for a stalemate.
Spencer like a python or a boa constrictor, just slowly ratcheting up the pressure till he can get the score. It didn't happen there, though. Credit to Megaludis for holding on tight to that leg. But I was saying, this is for a spot in the Olympic team trials. They're not guaranteed yet. Very few guys have actually qualified for that tournament yet.
Nico falls into Spencer's legs, and again, I think he's going to hold on for a stalemate here. No stalemate, but no points as the two come back up to their feet. There's a shot from Spencer Lee, fended off by Megaludis. Spencer again dropping down, looking for a high crotch. And now Megaludis back in on Spencer. Now Megaludis dropping him off to hip. He's doing a good job of looking to hook that leg, and there's two on the exposure. But now Lee gonna get two for taking Nico through, and now Megaludis has Lee in trouble. He's got a half Nelson. 6-4, Megaludis on top.
Wow, you saw Lee, his head was getting
when I say on top,
there.
Lee's in the lead on the scoreboard. Positionally, Megaludis is on top.
Yeah, wow, that was dicey, but Lee kept his composure, kept grinding through that position. Man, that's the flexibility of Megaludis. I don't know how legs go out like that.
And immediately Megaludis asking for the block. I do think that was the right call.
Yeah, Mega got that first exposure, trying to finish that takedown, kind of tipped Lee over, who then kept the body lock, rolled Megaludis over. Megaludis recovered, got Lee in a half, and then Lee had to fight off his
I guess
back.
maybe you get 1 for the reversal there, 2-2-1.
He's missing 1. No, because I thought it was Mega's last score from parterre when he threw the half in and Lee fought off his back.
No, Megaludis scored the first 2. No?
Well, all that matters is the last one. So Megaludis had the last exposure points.
Okay.
And then I thought Megaludis then stayed on top because you
He
said
did, yes.
Lee is on top on the scoreboard but not on the actual mat. So I'm not sure where other points were in there, but as our discussion has shown that there were some things potentially that we may have missed or got confused. Certainly the corner, the brick came out. I don't know who threw it, Logan or Jay.
After counter-attack by red, blue became hand-to-hand, that means 2-point red, and after blue again bring red in neutral position, 2-point blue, final decision, 2 blue, 2 red, and 2 blue. Challenge lost.
So the head official went through the sequence as we kind of described it. 1 extra point for the challenge
That
loss.
pretty much does it unless Nico can get a 4 here. Nope. And Spencer Lee wins the Bill Farrell and qualifies for the Olympic trials at 57 kilograms.
Big win, got dicey there. That flurry at the end, back and forth. Nico closed the gap, but it wasn't enough. And now Spencer, we're not going to see him at Senior Nationals almost definitely. He's going to be at State College, Pennsylvania for the Olympic team trials. And the award given out by the big guy,